What is a high-performance work organization? It's a partnership. It's a partnership and a process developed on the ideals of trust and success. The companies that have practiced the HPWO process and have taken it to heart have used it to change their culture from the management perspective, and that has been a great requirement on their part, a great challenge, just like it is for the union to encourage the change of culture in the minds of our own members.
People are going to change, but at first you need to be real positive about it, and it was real hard. But as it gets better, then people realize this is a better way than 30 years ago. Because 30 years ago, factories were booming and everything was good. But the global market has changed all that because all of our competition was in the U.S. Now, if we don't realize we need to change, we're going to be one of these plants that the gates are locked and everybody's looking for jobs.
When I came here in 1996, the plant had been around since 1956, a very difficult, a very challenging environment from a standpoint of labor management relations.
People resist change, so it is hard to get people to react positively to change, especially if they can't see the benefit initially in it.
They were used to doing things their way. This is the way we've always done it.
It's a system that is new, it's innovative. We're going places where people haven't gone before. And it takes a commitment. It takes a real commitment from all sides.
It is a continuous improvement process that evolves over time. And when I look at where we were 5 years ago here in Kansas City, we've grown not only in employee numbers, but in the way that we do things from a high-performance work organization perspective.
The union, as I like to think, we were smart enough to realize that change can be made to work for us as well. So we began talking to the members and developing a concept that if change is coming, we can fight it, run from it, hide from it, resist it, place obstacles in front of it, or we can embrace the idea of change. A successful HPWO process, both management and labor share responsibility, share decision making, and share in the success that process brings.
The very first step has to be that giving up of power. Power is decision making. Management has to make the first step. It's very clear that's the essence of what makes it work or not.
It takes dedication, continuous improvement. It takes agreeing, disagreeing, and looking at things from all perspectives.
It's made my job here much more fulfilling in that I feel like I have a I'm directly involved with the overall output.
There's been a real effort to be made to feed them and actually train the employees as they needed it, not only just from the union leadership as far as the president himself, but all the way down the structure, all the way down to the employees and the natural work groups on the floor.
The difference is people, and I see people making a tremendous impact. And it's not that there's a silver bullet. It's all small differences, and that's where the people really come in and make a difference to this whole thing. And I believe a large part of that is due to the fact that the employees have a big piece of the decision-making process, so they have more ownership. And ownership means results.
Sometimes these decisions, if you don't get all the information that you need, will be a decision that will prove to be wrong. But the HPWO process, when you're making a decision and you gather the information through the HPWO forum, gives you the best information to make the best decision.
Education is the root to the success of HPWO. The more you know, the better off you are. It's funny to say it this way, but knowledgeable change is what's going to work. And that is where we find those avenues to build trust and search for success.
I was amazed and incredibly impressed with how progressive the IAM is and the commitment they make to putting that kind of investment into a training facility such as that. I could have been walking into Harvard as far as I was concerned that day with the professionalism and the approach of the instructors.
That's by far the finest training facility I've ever been to. It's a world-class facility. The instructors are very good. I think the part that I got the most out of was the hands-on real-life exposure. Not so much academic examples, but real-life examples from other people.
When I went to Placid Harbor, Harley Davidson was there, Alcoa, Weyerhaeuser. It was just a very educational program. It was I enjoyed it. I see what I feel like my money and anyone in the IAM's money is doing for us out there. Great training program, great facility. I learned a lot, enjoyed myself, and come back with a whole new outlook on the HPWO.
Education is always important to your employee work base. The more educated your employees are, the more understanding they are of how to run the business. And in an HPWO environment, the idea is to get your employees and get them educated, because the more educated they are, the more understanding they have when it comes to running the business.
Survival and growth is the object of HPWO's process. I don't know that a company, I don't know of a local lodge in this union, wherever it may be, who has committed itself to the process where they can look back and say, this was not a good thing.
We have brought work back from overseas. We have created new jobs. Bringing back work that has been outsourced is always has been and probably will be a hot item for manufacturing employees.
Management is no different here than any other organization in the fact that we want to expand our business, we want to grow our business, and we want to remain profitable. And I think we have begun to understand that people are our greatest assets, and that everyone is hired for a particular skill or attribute that he or she has, and therefore should be allowed to demonstrate that.
I don't know how companies, especially now with the market, it's tough to survive if you're going to struggle with each other and fight with each other. You got to get along. In my eyes, if you don't, you're wasting energy, you're wasting morale. You know, it's always us against them.
Maintaining and sustaining the growth that we've had with this type of relationship is going to be the real challenge. As those key players change, we need to maintain the passion that we've shown in being successful in the partnership.
If you're serious about a partnership, it's got to start at the top. If the top is committed to the partnership, the rest will happen. But without that top-level commitment, we're only kidding ourselves.
The bottom line of the corporation is to make profit for their shareholders. It's proven that they can make more, be more efficient, and have respect.
You know, we have a long list of successes we can attach our name to, and the name of the process, HPWO, where we use it to make a partnership between labor and management. And we use that partnership to change the culture of a workplace and demonstrate to the world that when we can trust one another, work together with one another, solve problems with one another, we can become competitive to the extent that no one in the world can be perceived like the IAM member can as the best worker in the world.